If you want to learn how to trade just like me, join the community, click the private Discord link, sign up through this membership level, and you will gain access to weekly group mentorship calls for free. How's it going, everyone? It's Louis Crypto here. We're analyzing Bitcoin, so make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and share these updates. We're talking about the Wyckoff distribution schematic that is still technically valid as long as we are holding this CME gap that holds between $34,400 and $35,200. So this is our CME gap that we have met, and when we meet some CME gaps, we tend to reverse. A great example is this area over here where we had this gap. We eventually filled it in and reversed. So could that still be the case where we've gone up and filled the 35k CME gap, and we're now following this schematic over here where we're seeing three highs. So that's this point, and this point. And then we're looking at the lows, and we've got higher lows, and this would be this low and then the higher low over here to eventually fall back beneath this key level of resistance, and then eventually fall back down and it come down to the next CME gap, which lies over here. If we go to the CME gap chart, we can see that this is sitting at the prices of 20,300 to 21,200, let's just say. So I want to know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think that this could play out? What I'm essentially believing is that for the moment, as we've met the CME gap, I'm waiting for a correction. We're going to zoom in and analyze this on the lower time frames, and I'm going to constantly keep this in the back of my mind, this schematic, as long as we're maintaining below that CME gap. So please do not forget about it. Of course, we can invalidate that, or we could just be coming back down to test this as this resistance as support to then continue higher. We just need to push through higher. However, with CME gaps, as we could see, we started to top out over here. There was a bearish divergence that just reset the market by coming down to this key level of support on the daily time frame at about 25k, and we had a bullish divergence over here suggesting that the move down is complete, and this is where we entered along over here all the way up until 30k. This was a great risk to reward, and we profited very nicely here on the channel. So hopefully you guys took that, and if you did, please let me know. Send in your results over on Twitter so I can repost and show other people. So with this bullish divergence, we were suggesting that underneath 30k we're going to be bearish, and we'll flip bias if we break 30k. This is what then sent us to the 35k CME gap. So essentially, if we didn't get this bullish divergence here, which we gave on the channel for free for you guys to trade until 30k, if it hadn't appeared and we did lose this low, then we would have come down to the next level of support, as this was once resistance and support. The next layer was over here, so we would have come down and then gone up anyway. But my thought process is, if this stays as our top, could it be that instead of going down and then up to this one, could it be that we're going up and then down? That's why the Wyckoff schematic does look that Wyckoff schematic playing out would essentially be Bitcoin coming back down to these levels over here. But of course, we can invalidate that at any moment in time. We could be just coming down to this, hold its support and break through. You could fall back under, find support over here, and then break through again. So it's not necessarily meaning that we will 100% go down there. I'm just going to keep that in the back of my mind, and in my mind that this could still play out as long as we're below the CME gap. As this is a very clear reason for this to be a target that we have met, and then when we do meet targets, we usually tend to reverse. I've also shown a fib in the past showing that we've come to the targets over here. I've extended this box quite a bit higher than the actual CME gap, because we do have some confluence in this whole entire area that this could be our area where we do actually top out. And using these fibs over here, if we do start to dump, we would see that we failed to meet this target. But you could come down to this price, in fact, as low as this area, and still eventually come back up to there. So just things to keep in the back of your mind. We're now going to analyze the lower time frame, so I'm going to head to the 1 hour time frame, and we can see that this smaller box over here is our CME gap, and we can see that we've been struggling to break through that area and flip it into support. We just keep having these wick rejections in this smaller purple box over here. And so what I would look at is to try and spot some divergences, because we keep going higher but we're just failing to break out. We see the bodies actually getting higher and higher. However, we're not seeing these bodies taking out that wick over there. So we would need a break of $35,200, and we're continuing with this pump. But while we are staying below $35,200, I want to look for bearish signals. And over here, we've got these higher highs, but on the indicator, we've got these lower highs. So this is a bearish divergence. What we would then need to wait for is the loss of this 55 moving average. Right now, it seems as if we're coming to the 20. If the bulls are here, just break above the 20 and 35.2k, and then we're flying up. But this bearish divergence that has just appeared, we're just simply waiting for this to be lost, and then we're already starting to come crashing back down towards the 200 EMA. Okay, guys, so this is already saying that we could be coming down already to 32,000 if we don't now climb back above the 20 and break $35,200. I want to know your thoughts in the comment section below. That's it from me today. If any of you are interested in learning how to trade just like me, there's multiple options. Click this ebook. It covers all the strategies that I use in these YouTube updates, so you will have all the same skills. Covers the Japanese candlestick, chart patterns, support and resistance, why I use EMAs over trend lines, Fibonacci's, divergences, and again, using these all together to profit using them. I've also got a discount on my course at the moment, which ends at the end of this month. So that's down to £100. You also gain free access to my Discord community for the next 3 months, where you can expect to be a part of 12 to 24 group mentorship calls. If you want something that's a bit more personalized to your needs, then join my one-to-one mentorship plan. You can choose 5 or 10 hours of my one-to-one help, and included will be the 3 months free in the community, as well as my 6-hour long video course.